Hey everyone, welcome back to Dead Talk. So I am heading out to see The Black Phone 2. Thought I would take you guys along with me. I am actually going with my stepdaughter, and then my husband is taking our two grandkids to see a kids movie while we watch this one. So super excited. I will jump back in my car after, let you guys know it will be spoiler free. So without further ado, let's head to the movies. Yo. Sorry. Okay, so I just got in my car and I'm heading home. I wanted to jump on here. I was gonna do my review right when I got in the car because I love how casual that would be. However, my phone is about to die and my husband's very hungry. So I'm gonna head on home, gonna get out of this car, charge up my phone a bit, and then I'm gonna give you guys my honest thoughts on this movie. I will start by saying that I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'll leave you guys with that, and I will see you. Okay, so I'm home now. I just got back and have gathered my thoughts. So I first want to start off by saying that this movie, now I said it was going to be spoiler free, so I'm hoping this doesn't spoil some of it. I don't think it should, but I just have to say it. I feel like this movie was Freddy Krueger meets The Grabber. That is what I felt about this movie. And I want to start off by kind of talking about the things I liked about the movie. And then we will end with things that I did not like so much. So I do want to say I believe this movie is worth the watch. Okay, I will say that. I don't know if you need to go to the movies to see it. So save your money if you're on a budget and wait till it starts streaming. But with that said, I want to just kind of jump in and talk about some basic thoughts that I have. So, not good nor bad. So, going into this movie, obviously, I rewatched part one, and I would definitely recommend that you do that if you haven't seen it yet. I think even if you have seen it, I saw it like when it first came out, and so I needed like a refresher, and so I watched it again. And I'm really glad that I did because I went into it with just a different knowledge and perspective. Like I saw it with my stepdaughter, and she hasn't watched the original since it came out. And I could tell she was asking me a lot of questions like, wait, whose brother is that? And what's this? And who's that? And so the fact that I just watched it, it really helped me to kind of understand what was going on. This movie does continue the story. It follows them through to their teenage years, and really, it's about all the trauma that Finney faced. It's really a compilation of everyone's um, baggage that kind of came from. I don't know if you want to call it baggage, but pain and family hurts that have come from them losing their mom, and then what happened to Finney, and then their dad being an alcoholic and abuser. And I really was pleasantly surprised that they brought all characters back, that was all the same actors. I absolutely loved that because I feel like we just really didn't skip a beat. And it just feels natural, right? It just feels like a progression that you're kind of watching the movie progress on in time and kind of see and get some closure, I guess you could say, to the first movie. Okay, so now I'm going to just get into what I really enjoyed about the movie. I really loved that it just kind of carries on from the first movie, and you've got the dynamics between Finney and his sister and the love that they have for each other and that partnership that they had, because as young kids, having to really rely on one another because they lost their mom and their dad was a mess. It really brought back a lot for me, feelings of my childhood of just, I came from an alcoholic father. My mother was in my life, but my alcoholic dad's life was a mess. So when we would go see him, there was a lot of fear there. And I remember just, clinging to my sister. And you get that dynamic with these two. And I really, really enjoyed how they kind of show you and build up their relationship with each other in this second film. I also love the score. The score was amazing. From just it's the same score as the original film, that creepy where they're showing you like clips that it seems like it's from like a VHS, very grainy clip with creepy music. It's just kind of how it starts. And, I just loved that. It just gave me all the feels and gave me the vibe, took me back to the original movie. And I really loved that. We had some Pink Floyd in there because this did take place in the 80s. And so, you got to love that, especially because I come from that time. And then I really liked, I loved Nightmare on Elm Street. That came out when I was growing up in the 80s. And it was a different type of scary movie and fear. The fact that you could be bringing your dreams into real life. And that is really where this movie takes you. So that's the only, if that's a spoiler, I apologize for that. But, it doesn't, give you all the details. So the other thing that I liked about it was just the way that the story is kind of told. It takes you back and forth. It answers a lot of questions from the first one. It just gives you some clarity at the end of the day, which we really didn't need. So now I'm going to talk about what I didn't like. And I've heard a lot of people that have done reviews on this movie say the same thing. And I totally, absolutely, 100%, I just want to make sure that my mic was on, agree with them that this movie was not necessary. It really wasn't. We, even as I'm going through it, I'm like, why did they make this movie? Like, I really, halfway through the movie, I thought, I'm going to be disappointed. This was just kind of cheesy. Like, it was just a waste of movie. I think I have an idea of where I feel like they could have taken the movie, but they went in another direction. And so, halfway through the movie, I was just like, I'm just going to sit this out, obviously, because I paid for it. But I was like, not feeling it. I was like, okay, this is super cheesy and unrealistic. Like, from, just even thinking about the phone calls to the phone. And I'm just like, why was this necessary? But I'm going to tell you guys to stick the movie out and then you'll understand why. Because by the time the movie ended, I was so, so, so happy that it went where it went, because I feel like I walked away going, okay, did they need to make the movie? No, but I'm glad that they did, because they did close some loopholes on some things and just kind of gave you, a better understanding of the story and what actually happened and why it happened. We don't necessarily know much about the grabber, like why he became who he became. But that's okay. We don't need to know that. There's just sick people out there. Let's just be honest. And who knows what happened to them to make them as crazy and sick as they are. So at the end of the day, I think it was a solid film. I liked the first one better. The first one was just very, I forgot how much I liked it until I watched it again yesterday. And I'm like, okay, that was good. Like, it was a good film. We really didn't need to go further than that, but I like that we did. I like that they gave us a sequel that we got to see, because here's what I think is important to note, is that we all experience trauma in life, and trauma shapes us and makes us who we are, even when it's bad. And so I feel like that's what this story is trying to tell us, is that, although this family went through this, that you could overcome. Like, they're truly a family of overcomers. And I was inspired and encouraged by that, because who doesn't want to hear a story like that? So that's it, guys, for this review. I loved it. I think it can wait, though, till it comes out on streaming. But if you want to see it in the movie theater, it does have, it's more exciting seeing it in a movie theater. It's loud. We went to the Dolby one where your seats shake. And so it was very, like, when there were jump scares, like, your seats were shaking and scaring you. So I did love that about that. And you can't get that at home. But if you don't really care about that and you just want to, like, have like a cozy night at home, watching a scary movie with your significant other, this would be a great one to check out. But watch part 1 first. And that's it, guys. I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.